So you want to start a YouTube channel. Even though I've been on YouTube for a couple of years, I would still consider myself a small YouTuber. So I really want to share from my experience and the things that I have learned in growing my channel, how you can grow your channel too, even if you're just starting out and you have literally no subscribers, because these are the things I'm doing as someone who doesn't have a huge following yet on YouTube. And so I really want to help you just to be able to grow and start in the same way that I have, but actually a little bit faster, because these are things I wish I knew when I had first started my channel. The first mistake that I think a lot of newer YouTubers make, and that I made honestly for like 2 years on my channel, is not researching and not understanding how the YouTube algorithm works. If you want to grow on YouTube, if you really want to be a YouTuber and to have your videos being searched for and found in search and suggested by YouTube, which are both very important things, this is something you really need to understand and to really figure out right at the beginning. It's something I wish I had dove into even earlier, and the YouTube algorithm is similar to other algorithms you might already be familiar with, or even like SEO on Google, but it's also different because one of the biggest things that's helped grow my channel, especially in the past 6 months, is being found in search on YouTube for things that people are actually searching for, and also being suggested by YouTube. My videos being suggested to people like on their home pages, on the browse pages, all of that. So make sure that you're understanding exactly what that is and do that from the get-go so you're able to start having your videos be ranked in search. And the cool thing about YouTube is it's not just a short game, but you're kind of playing the long game, right? Whereas on Instagram, you might post something and after like 24 to 48 hours, you've kind of lost your reach with that post. Whereas a YouTube video could start getting searched or found in search or suggested by YouTube maybe like a year after you upload it. So just keep that in mind. It's not necessarily something that you're going to post and maybe get a ton of interaction with right away, but make videos that are strategic, that can be found in search, or that people are going to find super, super helpful. That's the key. And when I say creating searchable content, exactly what I mean by this is basically creating videos that people might actually be searching for on YouTube. And a good way to find videos that people might be searching for is a tool called TubeBuddy. I'll have a link in the description if you want to check it out. But that literally, it's just so helpful, and being able to look up certain terms and see what's ranking, what's doing well, what people are actually searching for. And I try to find terms that people are searching for, so that means that the term has a high search volume, and just think of different ways that people could type in something to find your video topic, right? And it might even mean you have to tweak the video topic that you want to make, or maybe getting more specific about the kind of videos that you're making. For example, maybe if you do want to be more of a lifestyle vlogger or something like that, creating just general vlogs and just naming it like vlog number 1, vlog number 2, doing that over and over is probably not something someone's going to search, right? They probably don't even know who you are. They're not going to search your name. However, getting more specific about it, maybe doing a vlog on your morning routine, maybe doing a vlog on day in the life of working from home, something like that someone might actually search, and you can use TubeBuddy to help you figure out if it is something people are searching for. Going hand in hand with that, you want to be sure you're consistently checking your YouTube analytics and understanding what's doing well on your channel so you can do more of those types of videos. Just an example to kind of show you how I put this into practice. So last year, I really decided I wanted to really go for teaching them like social media strategies, attracting more like content creators, small business owners, people who are creating social media content, or want help with marketing and the strategy behind that. And so I realized that I had a video on how to like schedule your Instagram posts do really, really well, and it started ranking in search. So I started creating more videos related to Instagram. Those started doing really well, and then Instagram recently came out with Instagram Reels, and I started creating videos on that because it was a new topic, new feature. People were probably going to be searching and trying to understand exactly how to use it, and it was something that I was doing really well on my own Instagram account. And so I was creating all these videos that were kind of centered around a similar topic, similar niche, and I was able to really go for that niche and start having these videos really rank in search. One has even reached over 100,000 views in just a few months. And so that's something to really keep in mind. Like, I would have never known that the people who were following me already and my audience and the people who were finding me in search were loving my Instagram content. My content on how to have like a better Instagram feed and profile and all of that stuff. And I would not have known that if I was not checking my analytics and seeing what was working well. So just make sure that as you grow your channel, I'd recommend at least once a month maybe once every week or two. Check your analytics, see what videos are picking up, if any are popping off, if any are doing better than they have been. That can kind of give you a clue into what kind of videos that you should probably make for your channel to keep on growing. And as a bonus tip, once you have a ton of videos on a certain niche or within a certain topic, it makes your channel even more valuable for someone who finds your videos, because they can basically just binge the rest of your videos. They're probably gonna like those videos too. All right, the second thing we need to talk about is something you're probably gonna hear in a lot of videos when it comes to how to grow on YouTube, but it's how to be consistent. But it's the importance of being consistent. Like, guys, I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to be consistent on YouTube. I actually took a few months off from YouTube and didn't post any videos, and definitely saw my views start to decrease and go down. And so it's so important to make sure you're being consistent, whether that's once a week, whether it's twice a week. Don't stress yourself out too much with doing too many videos at once. I do recommend maybe a consistent schedule of at least once a week. I've seen that work really well for my channel. I have tried twice a week before. It felt like a little bit too much content for me to put on my plate right now to be creating every single week. If you want to do that, totally go for it. The more you upload, I think the better chance you have of being found in search. It's a really great way to really jumpstart the growth of your channel. However, I don't think it's necessary. I do recommend about once a week, and pick the same day, same time every week that you are uploading, so the people who start following you can start to expect a certain uploading schedule and really look forward to watching your videos, and help to really just give you a boost in the algorithm as soon as you post a video every week. And I'm just gonna be really honest with you guys. YouTube, again, like I said, it's the long game. You cannot show up and try posting on YouTube every week for a month or even 2 or 3 months and expect to see your channel pop off. It just doesn't really happen. Most YouTubers that I have seen have been on YouTube for at least several months, if not 1 to 2 years, before they really start to see a substantial amount of growth in their channel. And so I'm not saying it can't happen, but YouTube is definitely where you're playing the long game, right? Where you're waiting to see how YouTube's gonna pick up your videos, how they're gonna rank in search and start getting suggested, what's working well for you to become better as a content creator, as a video creator. There's definitely an art to it and a lot to learn about it that you're probably not gonna know right at the beginning, right? And so that's totally okay, but it's something you have to walk into knowing that, you know, it's definitely a long game. Once you grow it, I mean, like I said, I would still consider myself at this point a small YouTuber. I don't have like a huge following yet, but I've still seen so many cool things happening just from the growth I've seen in my channel in the past 6 months. And so once you start to see that growth, it really does start to snowball, and it also is, I mean, just cool. It's awesome. And it's so awesome. Once you start to grow your channel, there's so many cool opportunities that can happen, so many cool things that you can do, but it takes a while to get there. And so if you're starting out on YouTube, I just want to encourage you that that's normal. It's gonna take some time and some consistency showing up for your people every single week to start seeing that growth that you really want to see. All right, so the fourth thing we need to talk about that a lot of people make the mistake of at the beginning is not picking a niche. And this can be really hard, because I think when you're first starting out, you might not even know like what you want to create videos about, right? Maybe you know like the general direction, like you want to give business advice, you want to review gear, maybe you want to do like day in the life vlogs, or maybe you want to do videos about being a college student and giving advice for that, and then vlogs to go with that. I don't know. There's so many different things that you could do on YouTube, but I will say that if you're starting out, don't feel the pressure to niche down too much too fast. I think we hear this advice a lot, that you really need to pick a niche and think, oh, that means I have to know right away what I want my niche to be. I want you to think a little bit broader when you're starting, and think about it in the sense of who is your ideal audience. And then think about, okay, so maybe my ideal audience are college students. What are things that college students would find interesting, like in that stage of life, the things that they're going through? What are some types of videos I could make that could really attract those kinds of people? And as you start to create those different types of videos, you're going to start attracting those people, and then they're going to start telling you what kind of videos they like. With the videos that get the most views, that get the most comments, that get the most thumbs up, the videos that start ranking in search, you can really start to tell what videos that you are really great at, the videos that people love learning about from you, and you can use that to help really narrow down like what within that ideal audience and the types of videos you can make, what kind of niche you could go for. As another example, I'll use my channel as another example. I would say my ideal audience are small business owners or brands and content creators who want to know more about like social media, strategy, all of that kind of stuff, marketing. And I have really narrowed down more recently into talking more about one niche that I went really hard for, like I mentioned earlier, is Instagram, like giving tips on Instagram. But I didn't know that until more recently. Like when I was first starting out earlier this year, I previously had, my YouTube channel was primarily like a photography channel, like talking about photography and editing and all of that stuff. And then I pivoted into talking about like social media. But when I first started, I was talking about all the different types of things, right? Basically any video idea that I could come up with that those people might find interesting. But it wasn't until I started seeing my Instagram videos really start to pop off and do really well that I decided to start really narrowing down in on that niche and really deciding to create more of those types of videos because that's what people like seeing from me. And maybe you do know what kind of niche you want to go for right away, but I think most people don't, and so I think that's totally okay. It's okay to let yourself experiment a little bit and create different types of videos, but make sure at the very least you have narrowed in an ideal audience that you want to go for. All right, and then the fifth mistake that I see a lot of new YouTubers making is not having quality gear or tools to make their videos. Okay, and hear me out. I'm not saying you have to buy this crazy expensive camera or a crazy expensive mic or pay for Final Cut. I cannot speak, Final Cut Pro right away, but I am saying that I think it is important to, as soon as you can, invest in some equipment. And I will even say, like, even as a professional photographer and a YouTuber, I use a Canon M50. I'm using a Rode Video Micro right now, and the two of those combined, I believe were like $700, somewhere around there, which I know can be a big investment, but compared to other cameras that are like $2,000 plus, it definitely is a great option. And at the very least, I would say if that's keep holding you back from even starting, I would start with what you have. Start with what you have and know and are comfortable using, even if that's just setting up your phone in front of a window and filming. But as soon as you can, I would really encourage you to get familiar with, you know, a Canon camera or a mic or getting some studio lights or something like that to help just up your video quality a little bit. Even just the smallest things can really help. And the biggest one I would go for first is audio quality. Audio matters over video. When, you know, even just think about yourself. When you're watching a video or listening to something, what's the biggest reason you might just click off the video right away? It's probably because it has really crappy audio. Because crappy audio is like just the worst thing in the world to listen to. I don't know why, but it's definitely true for me. I hate listening to something where the audio is just terrible, but I can put up with poor video quality any day. Like, to me, it doesn't matter if the video quality isn't that great, especially if you're just talking to the camera. Like, I don't think people care as much. So I really encourage you as quickly as you can to upgrade those kinds of things. I'll have links in the description to my YouTube setup and the gear that I use if you're interested. And most of it is super affordable, and there's really affordable options if you're just starting out and don't have a big budget to invest right away. And as far as actually editing your videos, if you have a MacBook, which a lot of people do, so the chances are you have it, you have iMovie completely for free on your MacBook. And that is a really great option if you want to get started with editing your videos. It has literally like 90% of everything you're ever going to need to edit your videos. I can guarantee you, I edited my YouTube videos on there for the first like year and a half of making YouTube videos. And honestly, I could probably do most of what I do now on iMovie. Upgrading to Final Cut Pro is definitely not a necessity whatsoever. So just get started with what you have. Even if it's using iMovie or InShot on your phone is another really great video editing option you can use right on your phone. That's that's mobile friendly and super easy to use. Okay, do we want a bonus tip? Because I have one more thing that I think when you watch these kind of videos about growing a YouTube channel, starting a YouTube channel, this is one thing that a lot of people don't talk about, but I think we need to talk about it. And it's to start growing an email list. I know that might sound a little bit strange if you're starting out on YouTube, like what are you talking about, like growing an email list, whatever, but hear me out, think about this. If you were to grow your YouTube channel and then YouTube were to go away, how would you still get in contact with your people? Like if that's the only way that your people can follow you, that they can see your content, then they're just gonna lose contact with you forever and you're gonna lose your entire audience. But if you start from the beginning growing an email list, an email list is something you own. Nobody can take that away from you. No platform can go down where you're not able to send out emails, right? Your email list is literally owned by you, by your brand, by your business. And so I really encourage you, if you have aspirations of down the road, maybe you wanna open like a paid subscription like Patreon, maybe you wanna sell merch, maybe you wanna sell digital products, maybe you wanna sell presets, anything like that, you're going to have, number one, just so much more success in selling those because email is the best way to sell products like that. But also, just in case something were to ever happen to your YouTube channel, like you just never know, something could go down, something could happen to your Instagram, like everything like that, it really helps you to still be connected to your audience and still basically own your audience. And if you're doing that right from the beginning, you have no risk of losing everything you work so hard for, and you also have basically direct access to all of your people for when you do come out with those things, whether it's online products, digital products, physical products, anything like that. Maybe you're gonna start selling a service, I don't know, doesn't matter what it is, but start building an email list now, because having that email list in place is one of the best things you can do and set your brand up for success in the future. If you have any other questions about growing a YouTube channel, feel free to comment below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you learned a lot from it. It really means a lot to me and really helps this video to also be seen by more people so they can learn from it on how to grow a YouTube channel. And it would just mean the world to me. So I am super grateful that you're here. Also hit subscribe. I upload one video, well, I was about to say 2 videos. One video every single week on Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And I would love just to have you following along to help you grow your brand or your business through social media marketing. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Ember, do you want to be in it? Is that why you were standing there? Come here. Oh, you're so sweet. She's looking at the camera like, what is that, Mom? What is that? Ember, you're a crack up. I think she's looking, I have a new mic and there's like a little furry thing on it. I think she's wondering if that's a toy. It's not a toy, girl. Not a toy. That's very sweet. You're so cute, I love you.